Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another wonderful cooking YouTube. Now, I'm going to be honest, I've absolutely f***ed up. In my head, I thought I had my favourite frozen meal, which was the tagliatelle with mushrooms and ham. But I got here and I was like, oh, it's a chicken and bacon pasta bake. What we're going to do in this video is we're going to race a ready meal. This is from Frozen. Oh, put it in the microwave. Yeah, I haven't got a microwave here, so we're going to put it in the oven. It says 40 minutes. What we're going to do is we're going to make the ham and mushroom tagliatelle dish from scratch versus this. All right, oven's already on. I'm giving them a head start. Set a timer and let's see what happens. Look, ladies and gentlemen, if you do like these videos, don't forget to like and subscribe because it does mean the world to me. We can carry on making these videos. Should have been a bit more prepared. So what we're going to do is it's going to be ham and mush pasta. You all know the one, the creamy one we all get. Right, so first thing to do, we're going to make some pasta. We're going to make some tag, homemade, very easy. We're going to talk about the sauce. We're going to talk about mushrooms. We're going to talk about speed. We're going to talk about do you care enough to do this. I'm going to skip straight to number 5 because I think it's important. Oh, I'm not doing this to say, this is how I cook on a daily basis. Do I know? But the one thing that I want you to understand is that cooking can be a fantastic, fun, enjoyable, glorious, fantastic hobby that you can do with your friends and family. And if you care, if you enjoy cooking, then you would do things like this. If you don't care, then don't bother doing it. You know what I'm saying? She's on 30 quid, the pasta machine. Okay, to make fresh pasta, I should do it in a saucepan because I can't be bothered to go over there and grab a bowl. Easiest measurements you need is 100 G's of flour to 1 egg. You can't split an egg in half unless you measure it and do whatever. I normally go 90, because you can always add, you can't take away. Okay, so 90 grams of flour, 98, 1 egg, pinch of salt. And all you need to do is just bring this together. So it all depends. This is a medium egg. If you've got a large egg, it's obviously going to take a bit more flour. But some Italian pasta flour. I believe the 00 means it's been ground down to a finer thing. If you feel it, it just feels absolutely like something you're dusting your testicles. But all I do when making pasta is use the back of my fork and just mush it down until it's not sticky. You go like, oh, I might be able to work with that. So get your hands involved, give it a little squidge. So basically all you need to do now is knead this. Now the more you knead it, the more the flour is going to absorb into the egg and you're going to figure out if it's good enough or not good enough. Normally you would knead this until it's super smooth and elasticy and then you would let it rest before pilling it out. But one little trick you can do is give it a little dusting of flour. Look, if you can see this, it's still like you'll pull it and it will snap, right? But one thing you can do is stick it through your machine and that will knead about 10 times faster than you can with your hands. So rattle it through and then just fold it. And this is where you'll really figure out the consistency and the texture of it. If it starts getting a bit sticky and a bit wet, just add a touch more flour. Don't add loads because it will go absolutely peak-told. I love making pasta. Right, we'll set a timer because I'm lost already. What's that 30 minutes? Let's start bosh. Right, so you can see already, you see that? Like the texture that's happening, really starting to come together. If you imagine at the beginning, the flour and the egg was like this, and when I pulled it, it just snapped, right? But now, because it's like this, it's all interlocked, like the gluten or whatever has done its thing, when you try and pull it, it's just gonna come together and it's just gonna stretch everywhere, look. Stretchy time. Right, so what I do, give it a good dusting of flour, flip it over, nub a bit. Don't just leave it like this. You see that camera draw? Put that up. Take that, rub it in, so you just got like a fine smattering. You can put this through one last time on number 5. It's gonna do absolutely nothing, but it's just for my brain. And now you do is just click it down one, and this is where the rollers come together and it will just start to get thinner and thinner. So get it in, once it's in, chuck it over like this, guide it with this hand. If it's floured enough, it won't stick together under here. Pull it through. Tickle, 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 tickle. Remember what I said? There's enough flour, it won't stick. Catch the ends. Hello, darling. How are you? Good, thanks. He's made a little crease in it. I don't know how that happened. So now, cut this into the old tagliatelle. You get one of these things which normally attach on here. Let's split it in half just in case that really buggers up everything. So get it in. Once the grippers have taken it, you're in a good place. If you may need a little bit of weight, let it go and then just let it fall down the other side and then you're under control. Yeah? Tagliatelle. Hello. Just once again, same with this one. Get it turning. Don't cut yourself. Let the weight take. Bosh! There you go. Lovely pasta. Hello. Camera 12. Okay, current status. Solid in the middle. Starting to bubble on the outside. Now, just so you know, let's get the timer up. You see that? 22 minutes left. Feeling quietly confident. This is what I was thinking of. So on this, in their sauce, I'm just trying to replicate their sauce. They use skimmed milk, water, smoked ham, preservatives, sodium nitrate, and don't know what that is, mushrooms, single cream. Normally I just go double cream, but I presume that's to sort of long things out. They use corn flour to thicken. They've got a soft cheese, some garlic, mushroom extract powder, rapeseed oil, salt, cheddar cheese. Me, potato starch. I think this is the thing that you forget with like development chefs, is they have to put these things in to sort of keep the shelf life pumping. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sweat off the mushrooms and almost deglaze the mushroom pan with the cream and the milk, and then the cream cheese, the cheddar cheese, and then thicken it with corn flour if it needs it. Got a pan of water on the back. This is going to be so quick. Right, so with these pans, we're going to do the old shimmering technique. Oh! See that? I'll get you a little close up. See that? Look. Whoa. Anyway, right, I haven't even chopped them up. Big shout out to my main man Tim, Clever Knives, one of his fantastic knives. So we've got some chestnut mushrooms. Now, this video isn't going to be about cost because it's obviously way cheaper to get a ready meal. I think they were £3.19. Right, a little bit of oil. I'm going to put the mushrooms in. Cooking mushrooms, try not to turn them too much, just let them do their thing. Go with a little bit of salt. So when cooking with garlic, I know I've said this a million times, but sometimes things need repeating. The bigger the garlic, the less strong the taste. Okay, so if you have garlic puree, intense. If you have whole garlic, not as intense. So it depends how you like things. If you want to have a lot of garlic running through this, then do a garlic puree like they've used, so you have that real underground punch going on. But if you just want to have like a subtle undertone, then just give it a little slice of this. Don't add it in now, because what will happen is the garlic will burn. Fire stuff to burn. Look at this. Look at the state of this. I don't even know where the... Look, they split it right down the middle. Oh, well done you. That much single cream. 125ml. And go milk. Give that a little bit more oil. Add a bit of pepper now. And then I'm going to go in my garlic. And I'm just going to cook them just gently, just to take a bit of that rawness out. A bit more oil. Right, doesn't need long. Okay, so look at this. You see this? I'm going to take the mushrooms to about this stage. The garlic is just slowly starting to catch. I'm going to go in with all of this. And then because it's quite thin, we're just going to cook that out a little bit. I don't think I needed that much liquid. Let's pause there while that's reducing, then we'll come back. I'll keep the timer going. Right, so reduce the sauce down just a little bit. I'm going to take the old skanky end off, because I don't really care. This is just a bit of cheddar, a bit of cream cheese. Right, so a dollop. This is just some mushrooms that I dehydrated and blitzed down, so stick a little bit of that in. So if you're making a sauce and you're going to get to the point where you're going to be like, oh, I'm going to thicken that, then always add the stuff that will probably make it thicken or congeal first. So cheese will obviously thicken sauces. If you think of a bechamel, it makes it go super thick. So at this stage, have a little taste. Oh, it's so good. What it needs, a bit of lemon juice. So when you're cooking with things that are quite fatty, like cheese, then a little bit of lemon, a little bit of acidity, eat that. Will kind of help cut through it all. Right, I'm actually going to add a bit more milk. Lemon juice tends to split single cream, which it kind of has. So that's probably why they put the corn flour in. This is why you do things, you learn things. So it's just a little corn flour slurry. Let's get a little bit in, bring that up. Don't you know, bring it up. Then with more cheese. Right, let's get this ham in. This ham was about £3 for the tub, so this will blow the budget out. She's looking good. 10 minutes. Right, have a taste. Well, that smoked ham has done something. Right, I'm going to have a little shuffle. This sauce, I'm just going to turn down super low. I'm going to cook pasta in a bit. I'm just going to quickly down and we're ready to go. Right, this sauce, look at it. Absolutely majestic. Oh, can you see that? Lovely. This is for our tagliatelle. Get a bit of salt in there. So fresh pasta literally takes 30 seconds, if that. So into your boiling water. Now, another big lesson in cooking pasta. When you are cooking it, obviously you're going to be adding it to a sauce again. It's almost going to have a double cook. So you don't want to cook it to a point where you're like, oh yeah, that's perfect. Because what will happen is it will start to clump together and be absolutely disgusting. Right, done. So I'm going to do what I class as a sloppy serve. So it kind of goes in with a little bit of the water just to help thin out that sauce. But mate, get in there. Now, you should have been happy with your sauce before, but have a little taste. Oh man, it's so good. That is a double portion. Look at that. That is an absolute sloppy Giuseppe. That tastes so good. We have 4 minutes to enjoy. But this one's split worse than mine. They've got a lot less sauce than I have. God, I forgot I was hot. This is one of the fantastic things that I think you should do if you're really into cooking, is look at ready meals or look at meals and break them down and understand what components are doing in there, because it needs lemon juice. Lemon juice and single cream or lemon juice and milk is a splitter. So that's why you have the corn flour or the potato starch in there to bring it back together. So you get that kind of creamy sauce. Oh man, I'm gonna have to save some of this for my wife. She'll absolutely love this. Can't beat it. No one's even ready yet. We'll come back in a bit when that was ready. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. The timer has gone off. And I think this is also the other thing with ready meals as well, is they give you a time, but you've also got to have a bit of like subtle understanding of if things are cooked or hot, because it could look absolutely piping hot, but when things are frozen, sometimes you get the old rogue bit of meat in there. This looks absolutely disgusting. And I'm not a snobby chef. It just looks... It's just thin and watery. I remember eating these bits of chicken when I was younger, going, is that actual chicken? Would I rather spend £3 more and about in the kitchen for 25-30 minutes making my own than eating this tush? Yeah. Skip the making the tagliatelle, make the sauce and just stick some pasta in. Learn how to make a decent sauce and it unlocks everything in the kitchen. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Love you all. Thank you, Francis, once again for listening to me ramble. Bye.